Hey you guys, it's Celeste. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about pink gaming keyboards. I'm probably gonna have to make a part 2 because there are so many. I just went ahead and went on Amazon, typed in pink mechanical keyboards and selected the first 10 that showed up. We're gonna be testing out 10 mechanical keyboards. This video took quite a long time. I was trying to get as much use out of the keyboard so that I could really gauge if they were good for gaming or if they were more so for everyday use, because there is a difference. We have a lot to cover, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. So I'm kind of going to do this how I did the cheap alternative pink gaming headsets, where I'm going to go with my favorite 5 and my least favorite 5. So coming in at top 5 is going to be the Ajaz AK515 pink gaming keyboard. I went ahead and got the red switches. I was pretty surprised at how quiet and not clicky the red switches were, because usually like red and blue switches are going to be the more clickier sounds and brown switches are going to be more quiet, and the reaction time was like red switches. I was just very thrown off that they were pretty quiet. This one did not have RGB. It is just a solo white light that is either on, off, or breathing. It has 3 multimedia keys and 1 roller, a magnetic suction panel, so you can actually take the pink casing off of it so it'll be white, which I thought was interesting, and a 1.6 anti-interface USB-C cable. The red cherry switches claim to have up to a 60 million click lifespan, and this is a full 104 key gaming keyboard. Next is going to be the HK Gaming GK61 keyboard in pink. This is a 61 key keyboard that comes with a USB-C cord. This comes in pink, blue, purple, black, red, white, and I think that's it. And it had so many options. This had so many different options for switches. So the difference between an optical switch and a normal mechanical switch is that a normal mechanical switch has a lifespan of about 60 million clicks, while optical has about 100 million. So the fact that they give you the option to go with the standard, or I'm just gonna say the ultra, and so many different types of switches, I was very impressed. We have a high actuation point of 1.5 millimeters. So the fast response time, I believe I wanted to say when I looked it up, it was at like 0.2 milliseconds. This is also hot swappable. If you don't know what that means, it means that you can completely customize this and take out the switches. So you can actually buy this at its cheapest base switch, but it's optical switches only. So you can't put every switch in there. Kind of a disclaimer. This is spill and dust resistant. Next is the Oppo maker Akko 3108 keyboard. I got the 108 keyboard because I like my numlock, you know, pad thing over here. I like that. But I had seen so many reviews on this, so I was really excited to test it out. The case and the keys are made from PBT materials, a USB-C cable, and these came with a pink switch, which I never ever tried before. So it is a linear switch with a lifespan of 50 million clicks. If you use the Akko chipset software, you can go ahead and have macro keys. Pink switch is pretty much silent, so if you're looking for clicky, this is not the keyboard for you. It also had absolutely no RGB or any type of light at all, at least the one that I went with. Apparently, if you went with the 60% keyboard, it would have like an RGB setting and all that kind of stuff. The one that I selected did not have that. But overall, I'd still say that this is worth it if you were looking for a really cute, quiet keyboard, or if you're just looking for a really cute keyboard for your office. It's not going to disturb anybody with the clicks. Next is a LitVix store. It's like it doesn't really have a name, it's just called like the mechanical keyboard, but it's the typewriter keyboard. These came with blue mechanical switches. It's waterproof. This came with a standard USB cable to connect. What I really liked about this, besides it just looking really cool, was the fact that the keys had almost like a gripping feel on it. So my fingers, although it was very odd because they were elevated due to the aesthetic of it being a keyboard that looks like a typewriter, my fingers were never slipping off. They were always gripped perfectly on each key. This has 12 multimedia keys. Overall, I was really impressed with this one. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much. I got it purely because it looked cool and we do love aesthetic here. I didn't think it was gonna be as functional as it was. Now, would I suggest this for everyday gaming? Probably not, but I was very impressed with its response time, with how clicky it sounded. The RGB was beautiful. I was so impressed with the gripping of the keys. If you're looking just for something to spice up your office or even a fun gaming keyboard, this is the one for you. And here we are, my absolute favorite out of the 10 that I tested out. And that is the iRocks K7S. Oh my God. I loved it when I saw it and I loved it when I had it. My only complaint is that it's not clicky sounding. Besides that, this is such a cool keyboard and it's really good quality too. It has 104 keys. It comes with a USB-C cable, sound absorbing panel, and you can customize this even more with their software. This already, just the base, just by adjusting it on your keyboard, had so many options, but you can even customize it further on their software. You can record up to 8 macros on this keyboard as well. I was so blown away by this keyboard. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much, but I did. I really did. I could go on and on and on about how much I loved this keyboard. I loved its response time. It was really good for when I was streaming or late at night so that I wasn't disturbing my partner who sleeps in the room next door. Overall, this is one of the best gaming keyboards that I have ever used, and I've used a lot. Next are gonna be my not so favorite 5. So there was nothing technically wrong with this, I just wasn't overly impressed. It was the OK Kid CQ84. I got this with the brown switches. This is an 84 keyboard. This has 12 multimedia keys, a USB cable that can be routed left or right, and it's made with ABS material. Its response time was fine. It wasn't anything super crazy, but it also wasn't bad. I was just very indifferent about it. It's good for its price if you want a cute 60% mechanical keyboard. The biggest thing that actually really threw me off was when I was typing on this, a lot of numbers were going instead of letters because it is a 60% keyboard. Well, it took me a very long time to figure out that I just had to hit FN plus numlock to be able to access it typing normally. So if you're like me and you're not used to that, make sure that you do hit FN and numlock so that you don't have it typing out random numbers in between your sentences, because I thought I had a broken keyboard. I was really surprised that this was not in my top favorites, and that is the Moto Speed Pink Gaming Keyboard. This has some of the best raving reviews on Amazon, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and respectfully disagree with that. I guess my biggest issue is the springy, echoey feel and noise when typing. When I would type on this, I would literally feel the springs in the switches, which was very annoying. And just the echoing, it sounded like, you know those, do you guys remember those microphones from the 90s where they weren't actually a microphone, they were just like a plastic tube, and when you like hit your hand it went like boing 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 boing? That is exactly what this keyboard reminded me of. This came with mechanical red switches, 12 multimedia shortcuts. These red switches have a lifespan of 50 million clicks, and the wire is just a USB. It's automatically attached into the keyboard. I guess it's a good entry-level keyboard, but for somebody like me who has tested a lot of keyboards, I just really wasn't impressed, and I just really hated the response that my fingers felt when I was using this. Next is the Pisoki Mechanical keyboard. I didn't like this one at all. I didn't like its response time. I didn't like how it felt. I didn't like anything about this keyboard. This had blue mechanical switch, 12 multimedia keys, and it has a very big claim of being resilient. And boy, they weren't kidding. This, you really have to push down for it to read your keystrokes. I really, like, I couldn't just go like tap, 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 which sometimes it could be a bad thing if your switches are too responsive, but these weren't responsive enough, especially for being blue switches. I really had to push. I lost every game that I played while using this keyboard. I just was not impressed at all. The keys didn't feel good, just in general, and also when typing, I just wasn't impressed. I wouldn't suggest this one, unfortunately. Next is the Basil Tack pink keyboard. Quick disclaimer, the reason that this is second to last on being my most disliked is because it is not a mechanical keyboard, even though it claims as such. This video has to do with gaming and not using a mechanical keyboard. I'm not saying you can't game without using a mechanical keyboard, but it's definitely suggested. So the last two are non-mechanical. So if you're looking for just a cute pink keyboard, then these are for you, but I cannot in good consciousness suggest these for gaming. This comes with 104 keys. It is silent. It says it has a lifespan of 50 million keystrokes. I'm not sure if that's true. This comes with 7 different LEDs. That's really all I can say about this. It's not a gaming keyboard and there's not much to it, but if you're looking just for a pink keyboard that's quiet, that's for you. And last but not least is the Huji Q87. This very squishy membrane keyboard claimed to be mechanical. It is not, and also a lot of the F1, F2, F whatever buttons did not work. This also got very dirty very quickly. The one really cool thing about it is though, is that it is waterproof. So if you're looking for something for the office that is cute and you won't really care if you spill your drink on it, as long as you clean it up and all that kind of stuff, this is the one for you. I didn't enjoy it for gaming. I also just didn't like the feel of it when typing. My it felt spongy. And there you have it, my top 5 and my least 5 gaming keyboards. This was different because when it comes to headsets, you go off of sound, you go off of comfort, and you go off of mic quality. With keyboards, it's just, it's response time and how it feels. and then personal preference. So just because I like RGB and clicky does not mean it is for everybody. I completely understand that. Thank you guys again so much. I will see you guys in the next video. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.